Hey guys, Felicia Crouch here. For those of you who do not know who I am, I've been in corporate America for over 2 decades in the pharmaceutical, medical, marketing, and sales space. I've also had the opportunity to launch a line of apparel that's been carried in over 482 retail outlets across the US, as well as I am the creator and founder of our Triad's first leadership and development program right here in our community for minority boys for both our public and private school sectors, as well as a published book author of the book Rise and Reinvent. And yes, while I do have a diverse background of experiences, that is not what I'm most passionate about. What I am most passionate about is utilizing those experiences where I've been in that medical space for over 2 decades to pour into nurses that are in our community, in our environments, but sitting in hospitals across the US that are saying one thing: they're burnout. They're burnout across the board. I have experienced burnout firsthand, as well as worked alongside people that's experiencing burnout. I don't know if you all are aware, but studies show that nurse burnout is high. In our communities, nurses are experiencing rates as high as 92% burnout. And I think it is time to make a change. So that is my clarion's cry for the Felicia Crouch Brands platform, for our Burnout to Balance platform, to give nurses that are in these spaces caring for our loved ones as they come into hospitals, as they come into doctors' offices, a way to balance. It's time. It is time that they go from surviving at work to thriving at work, knowing how to juggle the work life, the home life, and all the in between. Because when our nurses are burnt out, you know what that says? That says, and studies show as well, blood pressure is high, cholesterol in those nurses are high, depression rates are high. And it is our time now to care for them. So, what we are doing today, this is our second podcast in talking about burnout in our nursing community. And yes, I know there may be so many of you all sitting there going, oh, I work for a location that has an excellent burnout path that I can go on. I can talk about it, but everyone is not in that space. There are nurses that are sitting in spaces where they can't talk about it. There's a stigma if they talk about it. They may not get that next promotion if they talk about it. So, our goal is to create a platform where everyone feels comfortable about it and can do something about it. So, today I am so excited to start this conversation again with Dr. Caldwell, that is at Novant Health. Now, as you hear us talking today, I want you to grasp and take away from this conversation what you can use and put into place right now. It may be a snippet, it may be a whole lot of stuff, whatever it is, grasp it, write it down, utilize it. So, all right, put your listening ears on, take what you get from this, and make a next step. So, Dr. Crawford, thank you so much for being here with us today. I would love it if you could introduce yourself to our audience and tell if you are affiliated with any nursing organizations, because we are excited to have you, because I know you have a lot of experience in nursing. You've worked with a lot of nurses, and so we are excited to have you. So I will turn the floor over to you.
Well, I'm going to say first, thank you. My name is Dr. Panissa Caldwell, and I'm so excited to be here. I am Director of Clinical Central Operations at Novant Health, and my scope of work is across the system. And I have worked in emergency room. I have worked in med surge. I worked in various areas across nursing. I am a part of Chi Alpha Nursing Sorority. I am the president of Chi chapter in Winston-Salem, and I'm a part of Piedmont Black Nurses. So I am in great organizations that help our nurses do what they need to take care of themselves. Not everyone have a plateau to take care of themselves, but we try our best to make sure that they know that a heavy load or heavy load at work, staffing shortages, or emotional exhaustion, there is a solution for that. And that solution starts with themselves. Okay. First, you have to take care of you in order to take care of others. When do you start taking care of you? When do you stop and say, today is the day to take care of myself so I can take care of others? We balance a lot as a nurse, mother, wife, also organizations that we're in. We're probably officers in those organizations, and we're sitting on boards. We're doing a lot of things to help and be an advocate for others. But when do we stop to say, I'm going to take care of me? Because you can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. So today we're going to talk about, how do you start with you? How do you stop and say no? This is the month of November. It starts with NO, but this is also the month of Thanksgiving. So how do you give Thanksgiving in your heart to say, I'm going to take care of me? Today is my spa day. I am not going to be burnt out over different things such as work, life in general. So we're just going to take time to say, it's my turn.
I like that. I like that you said November, no, which is great. It's my time. And so you just said it yourself. You work with a lot of nurses in two different organizations. Do you find that it is hard for them to say, no, it's my time?
Yes, as a nurse, we put everyone first and we put ourselves last. So we work many hours in a week, in a day, and we try our best to do it all. At home, we try to do it all. At work, we do it all. In the community, we do it all. We need to make sure that we learn to say no, but also with a smile on our face and mean it. So when is it our turn? It's our turn now. And when 2025 comes, we can start by saying, it's my year.
Mhm, mhm. And to that, I like it. It's my year. But do you think there should be I mean, it's my year, because do you feel as a nurse, you say that, but you push it down later because it's like, well, I've got this. I know I said that, but making a true commitment that this is my time, this is my year, I am going to balance.
Yes, I think they can do it. I think I can do it. So working in administration is different. We don't have the nursing shortage, but we do have the time that we need to be an advocate for everyone. Okay. So I think I can do it, they can. So self-care opportunities, mindfulness. So with my self-care opportunity that I started was, I'm going back to the basics. I took out my crayons. Well, actually, I purchased crayons and a coloring book to say, it's my turn to relax. So going back to the basics helped me. If there's other things like going to the spa, getting a massage, but coloring is back to the basics, and it allows you to be you in your own space.
And see, that is a simple thing, isn't it? Coloring. And it stimulates your mind. So, while you're coloring, you can't be, because I'm sure when you're coloring, you're not thinking about, I got to do this at work, that at work, because it defeats the purpose, doesn't it? When you're coloring, I am sure this is your time, your space, your moment, right? So speak to that. If, say, a nurse is listening and she says, okay, I'm going to get the coloring book. It's defeating the purpose if what, while they're coloring?
If they're thinking about other things, such as work, I
Yes.
know you love to think about your family, but thinking about family, thinking about how you're going to do things, to putting a schedule together in your head. So when I start coloring, guess what I think about? The next color.
Very
What color is that flower going to be? So it takes time. It's you taking time for you, and it helps you just go back to the basics. Just looking at a color and trying to figure out what color needs to go with what item on that page. Your focus is directly just on that book or that page in that book.
I like it. I like it. So you are focused on what's taking place at that moment, right? You're not
Yes.
thinking, "Oh, what's next?" Now, so for a listener that may be saying, that is so great, guys. That's a beautiful suggestion for me. But you probably have never been like me. I'm burnout now. Have you experienced burnout in your nurse's space? And can you kind of talk about if you have, and then some steps you took to bring you out of it?
So during COVID, of course, everyone had experienced burnout, or you did not know you were burnt out. And so
Very.
I was during COVID. I wanted to help everybody. I did not want anyone to be sick. But then again, where did I have the energy or the time to help everyone? I didn't. So I really had to step back, look at my day to day to say, I need a break. So when you feel as if that you can't go on or not so much go on, can't do another task to help someone else, you need to step back because our goal is to help others or help your family. You need to step back and say, it's my turn. And that's what I did. So that's when I went back to the basics to say, let me figure out a color, figure out a page or a picture. Let me do this for me because I can't do anything for anyone else if I cannot focus on me. I have to be that person to take on tasks, take on new things. But you can't do that if you don't stop, regroup, regenerate yourself to get to the next day or to the next task. So, stopping, regrouping, and making sure that you can get to the next step. And some prayer help too.
Mhm. That's
So,
right.
I had to also pray.
Mhm. Mhm. I
Okay.
like that. That was going to be my next question to you. For someone that is listening, where you said you had a strategy, and but you just then shared the strategy, that same strategy that they can take. Stop and regroup. And I'm sure for you to identify the burnout that you were experiencing, did you just know, oh, I'm burnout? I called this burnout. You just, so tell me how you knew it was burnout. Is there a signal that they will know it's burnout? Because some people go, I didn't even know I was burnout. Or is it's silent? What are your thoughts on that?
You're just going through the motions.
Mhm.
It's not care you're caring for others, but it's no care in the task that you do. It's just going through the motions.
Mhm.
And when you get to that point, you need to find the love inside of yourself in order to make that person smile, make that person feel better about themselves. But you can't do that if you don't feel that way about yourself.
Mhm.
So when I regrouped, it helped me and it still helps me.
And I like what you said. It's going through the motions because we know that one of the flagship traits of burnout is losing interest in things you once cared about. And when they were, as a nurse, you care about caring for people, right?
Yes.
So just like that, you don't care. And so another thing for someone that's saying, Well, do I have to, should I report it? I don't know what people are going to think about me. What would you say to someone that may be at a small facility that doesn't have, a big Novant backing behind them, that has a system where they have, you can come for burnout? How would you say they would handle that if they needed to go talk to a manager or someone like that?
Actually, you just need to sit down and talk to that person because they're probably feeling the same way and don't know who to go to, where to go to. So just start off with your local one up person and say, let's just talk about it. Some people just don't want to talk about it. So we need to talk about it. And we talk about it, we can develop a plan together how to help that unit. And as the nurses, as we all do, we band together for a common goal, which is caring for others. But we need to band together to care for ourselves. And if you have a group of nurses with a target outcome, it will help. And everyone work together for what? Peace of mind, longevity, and just the common goal to feel good about themselves.
Mhm. Nice. I really like that. Peace of mind and having a network around you. So, if you are listening and you are in this burnout space, think about what we just talked about, really putting a network around you. And a network may be, I mean, it may be great to be in a nursing organization, but if you're not, just have some kind of network. Your network maybe it's just two people, but you've got a network of support around you. So when we talk about if someone feels that, will I be looked upon a certain way if I say I'm burnout? From a nurse perspective, do you think about, well, if I have to talk to someone, if someone knows I may not get another promotion, what would you say to nurses from you yourself, have being a nurse? Has that ever crossed your mind? If I expose myself and say that I am burnt out, this next opportunity may not happen for me.
I'm going to say if you're open and you talk about it, you feel comfortable about it. If you feel comfortable in your skin, you should be able to say, it's okay. It's okay for you because it's hard just being a nurse from day to day. But if,
Mhm,
like you said, if there's a support system, one person, it could be that your leader or that leader on another unit to
mhm,
support you, you have that confidence to do what you need to take care of yourself. And when you start banding together as nurses, you end up taking care of each other.
mhm. I like that. And my last question, because we are almost coming up on time. Um, well, I may have another one more question.
Okay.
So, just the sitting out there that's saying, yes, that's great, but they change my hours around all the time, and I may have to work longer hours. What would your voice be if it's burnout from a scheduling perspective?
So just like you schedule work, you work long hours, like you said, you're going to have to schedule time for yourself. Just like you have at work, schedule time for yourself. Schedule that self-care. Schedule that mindfulness, and that will help you because long hours, long shifts, lack time of being with adequate patient care and doing a lot of things for others, that's pressure on you. To decrease that pressure, you need to relax, release, and schedule some time for you.
Mhm. So I like that. So if you are listening, don't think of it as I can't do anything because of this overschedule they have me with. There is actually something that you can do right now in the space you're in. Like she just said, schedule also some time for yourself. So I'll think about that. There's always something that you can do. And then our last question to you is, I talk a lot about burnout in this whole holistic space, personal and professional. From your I'll call it, my mother used to say, your side of the fence. From your side of the fence, what would you say is an area where nurses need to work the most when we talk about burnout?
Where nurses need to work the most is the networking piece. The reason why I say that, because I had a great opportunity last night to spend time with other nurses. That was excellent. We laughed, we talked, we did a lot of great things. And that was that day, last night, that was my time to relax and release. So I'm going to say network with others. And because I'm a part of, like I said before, the National Black Nurses Association and Codified Nursing Sorority. I network with them. We also do service for humanity, and we're out in the community, but we're out in the community together. And
Hmm.
all of us working together as a common goal, the community, it gives us a sense of pride, and also, you feel so great at the end when you have accomplished that one person having a smile, or that one person you gave that one person one time, we gave them a pair of socks, and it was the biggest thing ever. So I feel as is working together. So when you're working at the hospital, working wherever you are, it's sometimes hard, you feel burnt out, but if you have a network of people working together at a common goal, something to make you feel good, like me coloring, but out in the community, it helps. It gives you that personal accomplishment.
So there you hear it, networking together. And even if you think, oh gosh, no, I got so much going on, I can't do this, do not discount networking. Networking in all areas is huge. If and I agree with you, if we can get more people to network, honestly, amazing things can get done through networking, can it?
Yes, it can.
Really, really can. So that is our time for today. It is 2:29. I am so excited about this conversation. Audience, I hope that what you heard today, you can take a snippet of this or a lot of this and utilize it wherever you are in your nursing space. So if you're in the space where I can't balance because they keep putting me down for so many hours, or I don't know how to have the conversation, or how do I know if I was even burnt out, or what do I do? You just heard signs. Give them those four things again, Dr. Caldwell, that you just said to identify when you're burnt out. It
You need to just
was it was four things you said, and I didn't jot them down. It was regroup. Do you remember?
regroup, regenerate, and relax.
And relax. That's it. I know it had a cool little ring to it. Regroup, regenerate, and
Generate and relax.
so just think of that. Take a deep breath, regroup, regenerate, and relax. So there you go. So we hope this was helpful. I want you all to mark your calendar for Tuesday, November the 19th. We are having our Clarity series. We are having our Clarity series. Must save the date, Tuesday, November the 19th, transforming you from burnout to balance, helping you thrive in this nursing space, helping you create a space where you're balancing holistically that professional and personal life. And also be on the lookout, just like she said, it is great when we network, right? So we're going to be sending out some email, sending out some information in our social media for nurses networks at different spots here in our Winston-Salem community. So for a chance to network, relax, let your hair down, let go. You guys have an amazing Friday and an amazing weekend, and we thank you for tuning in today. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.